Hey guys, welcome back to RMA Garage. I'm glad you joined us today. In today's video, we are going to be reviewing a RV cover sent to us by the DIKASUN Corporation. They contacted us and offered us to send us a cool RV cover. So I picked one out that was our RV size, and we're going to be taking it out of the box and showing you how we're going to put it on. I do have a knife, and of course we're dealing with fabrics. So basically using the knife and only letting it basically just score the tape so we don't cut any of the fabrics that's in the box. All right, so let's get to this. Kind of excited to see what's in here. Okay, so we've got the directions. We got a warranty card that you can fill out and sign up online. So there's an email address there you can put your stuff in. Okay, so we have directions. Okay, so there's a parts list. Storage bag, patch kit, buckle straps, ladder cover, weighted toss puck, gutter cover ×6, windproof strap ×2, tongue jack head cover. I guess that's probably for the travel trailer, which we don't have. We have a Class C. Black cord, fifth wheel included. So we don't have that. And we have RV wheel covers ×4. All right, so we need to see what we have here. All right, so the foam, and I did do a little bit of preview on this. These pieces of foam are probably most likely for the gutter covers. And it's kind of excited to see what that does. Apparently it's supposed to protect the edges of the RV, or protect the cover from the sharp edges of the RV. So that's the first thing. Okay, so that's the ladder cover. So we got the ladder cover, which we do something a little different with foam pool noodles that we've done in the past. So we'll show you guys that. Okay, so we got a bag here, and the bag says gutter cover and windproof strap. So these must be, okay, so these are the gutter covers. So that's probably where the piece of foam sticks in there. So I'm kind of anxious to see how those are going to work. And then these are the windproof straps that I think they go over top of the cover, top to bottom, underneath the RV. And there's 2 of those. So we got those. All right, so we got some straps here. Okay, so here, what do we have here? Patch kit. This must be the patch kit. So this has the fabric on it. There's 2 colors, a beige and a green. So we got that. And buckle straps. We got buckle straps. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of those. So we have 7 buckle straps, and this must be the weighted puck. And I'm familiar with these from doing other covers. This is for getting the strap underneath the RV, so you don't have to crawl underneath of it and pass it through. You just toss that underneath the RV so you can get the strap under it. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, here we go. Got another bag. Put these in here. All right, so the last thing on the list actually we haven't found yet is, those are the wheel covers. Yeah, so that's a wheel cover. And there's got some grommets on the bottom, and looks like they gave us some string to tie them down with. Okay. See if there's anything else. And no, there isn't anything else. You just have the cover, which it probably won't be this size again. Anytime you refold a piece of fabric, it doesn't usually wind up this tight. I do notice that there, right at the beginning, there's a little flap and it says front. So they're giving you right off the bat, which is the front of the cover, which is important because what we're going to do next is we're going to undo all of this, and we're going to spread it out in the yard, which we picked a nice dry day. And what we do is we refold the cover so that when we get it up onto the RV, we can unroll it and it'll just drape over the sides. If it's not just perfect, you can really struggle on top of the RV trying to get the cover in the right position, especially with plastic skylights and other things up there. You don't want to trip over anything, fall, break anything. So, all right, so what we're going to do is take this out of its bundle here and we will spread it out. All right, guys, we got it all spread out, and as it's sitting right now, this is the inside of the cover. So if you took your RV and flipped it upside down, the cover would go right over it. But what we want to do is we actually want to put it right side up, and that's the front. And we found a tag. This is the rear, so we know this is front and rear. So what we're going to do now is take it, again, we're going to flip it upside down, or flip it right side up, and then we're going to fold the ends in so that we can roll it up, and once we get on top of the RV, we can just roll it out, and it hopefully, fingers crossed, will just nicely drape over the RV. Okay guys, we're here at the RV. We've got the cover all folded up, ready to install. And we were going to show you the features of the cover, but it would be better to get it installed onto the RV first before we do that. We're also going to go over all the little extra pieces and parts that they have for the cover as we install them, so I'll get a little bit more detailed. But I also wanted to show you the gutter protectors, and basically, more or less, it's the gutter spout that we are protecting, and I'll show a picture of it while I'm talking. I do not have gutters on my RV, therefore I don't have a spout to demonstrate that. But what basically these do is these protect the spout from poking into the cover. So what this does is you get a foam block and you put the block inside the bag, and after that, then the spout goes into the bag, and then you take the Velcro strap, and there's the piece there, and you get it nice and tight. And basically what it does is that holds it onto the spout when you put the cover on, and then as it pushes up against the spout, it pushes up against the foam. So there really isn't a problem, you know, with a puncture when you have these gutter spouts on the side of your RV. So I don't have these, but I just want to let you see what those are like. All right, guys, so we're going to put the wheel cover on. We're going to start with the rear one first, and we're just going to basically see there is elastic on the top here, as you can see, and there's two grommets on the bottom. So holding this up, there's a grommet there and a grommet here for the string, and then this is elastic on the top. So let's see how this fits over. Looks like it fits perfectly. As a note, this is A Class C, if you had a Class A, these covers would be way too small. So it looks like it's going to work okay. All right, so the next step, we were contemplating trying to figure out how to attach the string to the wheel cover, and what we basically came up with was doing a knot like so. So we do a knot like that on the end, and then what we'll do is we'll take it through the grommet and then run the string over, so you don't have to actually tie a knot. Okay, so then that should hold it on just like so. And then we were again contemplating trying to figure out how to get this across and over, because you really want it to be ground level. So we took the weighted, which is, it's not really meant to do it this way, but if you run it through the clip and just do a quick knot. All right, cross your fingers. Okay, we got close. Almost. All right, so it came through far enough. And with it being on concrete, it's a little bit easier. And then basically, I guess what we were going to try and do is just, the way this is going to work, I guess you could just tie a knot back here, which is going to be kind of out of camera shot, but there's definitely enough string to tie this off. So I don't know, I guess we can just do an overhand knot here. I'd have to crawl under the RV just a little bit to do that, but if we just do an overhand knot, I guess it really doesn't need to be super tight because this is not going anywhere, but it definitely covers the entire wheel and it's completely on the ground. Okay guys, we've got the other cover prepped, ready to go. I got the string already attached, knot tied, and let's see how this is going to fit. Okay, fits pretty good. Actually, it fits really tight. That looks good. Okay, so we kind of figured that we didn't need the weight. We just whipped the string around. And there it is. Okay, so this one's going to obviously fit a little bit tighter because you don't have the dually wheels. So there's going to be more string here. So I guess at this point, just kind of making a regular knot. Just tying it like so, tucking it underneath. I mean, the string really isn't going to hold it on. The cover is going to hold itself on with the elastic that's already on there. That's just in case you get a super bad windstorm maybe, and it just gives you an extra peace of mind. But anyway, that looks pretty good. All right guys, we'll get the other two wheels done and we'll put the cover on. So I want to give you guys a tip when you do cover your RV to give it a little bit of added protection. What we do is, this is a pool noodle kids play with. And what I did was I slid it down one side, and what I do is I want to protect the cover from the corners of this ladder. Okay, and what I do is I put it over like so. Okay, and then I put a couple of pieces of duct tape around that, or even masking tape, and then this piece here goes up on the last 3 rungs on the ladder. And what this does is this just protects the ladder from, or protects the cover from the ladder. And if I play around with it, I can get it just right, and I know that the cover is going to be protected. Just something a little extra if you guys want to do, just to keep the cover from tearing. All right guys, so we have the ladder cover on, and the profile of the ladder cover is kind of like a teardrop. I don't know if you guys can see that. So that's the profile. So right now, with my ladder the way it is, it's kind of, we're trying to figure out, I think it goes, I thought it went like this, but it really doesn't match the profile of my ladder. So yeah, see, it's kind of like humped up there, and if we move it back, it really doesn't fit. So your ladder might fit a little bit better than mine, but right now this isn't probably going to work because my ladder doesn't fit it. So this is obviously a Leprechaun 260 DS. So anyway, I wanted to at least show you guys, it doesn't look like this is going to fit my RV. So we're going to leave this off for now. All right guys, so we got the cover on and it fits very nicely. We have a little bit of extra in the front and a little bit of extra in the back. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to do the under straps. And I noticed there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they gave us 7 straps. So they gave us an extra one. Whether or not, the directions didn't say how many we were supposed to have, but they did give us an extra one. So we will go ahead and use our weight and throw it underneath the RV so we can get each strap underneath. All right, so one other thing I wanted to point out is that where this strap is being used is going right over top of the tailpipe. Now, my RV has been sitting in the driveway for weeks, not being used, but if you drive to your parking spot and you go to throw these straps underneath, that one is going to melt. So you have to be careful that the tailpipe is cool before you strap down the cover. So guys, I want to show you the ladder and why I use the pool noodles. And you see right here, you can see that it's projecting through the cover, and even right up here, it's a bit taut. So with the pool noodles, that won't happen, and it kind of makes a nice smooth transition right here, and you kind of eliminate any possibility of that cover ripping with the pool noodles. So just a little tip that I use. I like to keep things as nice as possible for as long as possible, for as much money as we spend. So we have the RV cover installed, and I wanted to show you the two types of material that make up the cover. The first material is a thinner nylon material, and the second one is a thicker canvas-like material. And you can see where it's definitely a lot thicker than the side panels. Now, this thicker material is used on these gussets for the straps, and it's also used on the roof. The gussets are a double thickness, and the roof is a single thickness of the canvas-like material. That'll obviously be a bit more durable for wind and rain and snow. All right, so another feature on the RV is the elastic bottom. I really like this feature because I've had another cover that doesn't have this feature, and sometimes it'll flop in the breeze after the cover's installed. But this, as you can see, is nice and tucked underneath. I really like that. Another feature are the zippers. Now, these zippers allow you to access the RV after the cover's installed. So we'll start with the bottom first. There is a Velcro strap at the bottom of every zipper, and what this does is this prevents the zipper from coming up and opening up on its own. So as we have the Velcro strap over top of that, it keeps the zipper down and everything is secure. Okay, so there are several zippers around the RV. The first set are going to be at the rear of the RV. There's one on this side and one on that side. And what you can do is, after the cover is completely installed, I would recommend taking the straps off so it's not pulling, but you would take the 3 straps off and then zip up the cover. And if you notice, there's a Velcro strap on the top, and there is actually another one behind it sewed into the cover. And when you roll this panel up, you can actually Velcro it up so it's not falling down on you. Okay, so you can access the rear separately. And as we come around to the side, there's another zipper right here. Okay, now what I also noticed is that there are 2 more, actually 3 if you include the back side, 3 more Velcro straps. So really, you could probably unzip the back here and unzip that one and do this side, which would probably work out well for us because we do actually have an access panel right here. So we have this zipper, and then there's another zipper down here. Okay, now this is going to be your main access into the RV if the cover is on. So you unzip one and the other, and then this will roll up, and then you have the Velcro straps on the top. Okay, and we will show you in a time lapse basically how that works and how it comes down. Okay, moving to the front, I believe there is one more zipper here, and you can see there's a zipper, and basically what this is going to do is access the door into the cab. Our RV doors is more or less for the first panel, but this last one here is that if we wanted to get into the cab, we can undo that zipper and this zipper and basically roll it up. Now you don't have to roll it up, but if you're going to be in and out of it a lot, you can do that. But as you can see also, there are straps there to hold the cover up as well. Now as we're looking up here, you will see 3 panels that are just down from the main rooftop cover. Those are vents. And what that's for is that any air that may blow up underneath the cover will allow the air to escape out of that. It also allows the cover to breathe. There's 3 on this side and 3 on the other side. So we're here at the front of the RV, and I wanted to show you that there are 3 straps that hold the front in. First we have a bottom strap, and we have an intermediate and a top one. Now this one's kind of low, and the reason why is because this cover is actually larger than my RV. And what we did is we favored more of the extra material to the front of the RV, and we folded it in a little bit. So the front of this is actually, the cover's folded just a little bit, and that's what's going to make up the extra space that you have in your cover if your RV is a little bit smaller than the cover. So this morning my son washed his truck, and I noticed when I came out that the cover was dry, and I was pretty impressed with it, and I wanted to show you guys how hydrophobic this cover really is. So if we take the hose, you can see that the water is just beating right off of the cover. Even the green panel down there, basically the water is just running right off of it. And when you hit it, it just comes right off, and it doesn't even look wet. All right, so the last thing we need to go over are the winch straps. So what I have determined, and there really weren't any directions for the straps, is that there was no hook, there was no panel, there was no clamp, but just these pieces of nylon with pieces of metal sewn into them. And what I've been able to determine is that this piece of metal is bendable. It's really easy to bend. And I believe that this is how you install the strap onto the RV. You bend the piece of metal so that it can cup underneath the panel, or if you wanted to go further in and hook to a piece of the frame. But that is basically how it is going to install on the RV. So what I did was I hooked it on the bottom, and this is a bungee, so this allows it to stretch. And there is a adjustment buckle on each side of the RV. And if you want to make it tighter, you can just pull down, and then that allows it to tighten up. And of course the bungee takes up some of the play into it. And that, I believe, is how it installs. Now we're going to go ahead and do the second one so I can show you. So what I'm going to attempt to do is toss this over the RV, and we think this is probably going to be the best way to do this. So I'm going to hold, I got it basically wrapped up, and I want to install the winch strap basically right, I'm thinking we got it one right there. I was actually thinking of doing one right just behind the rear wheel. That would probably hold it. So, all right, so we're gonna give this a toss. Oh, I think that worked. Okay, so it's on the other side. I heard it fall. So we take this, and we're gonna find something to attach to. Okay. Okay, we're gonna hook it right underneath the RV right here. Okay, so that's the shape that we need, and that's gonna hook right underneath the panel of the RV. Is that gonna stay? It's gonna stay, okay. So now we know from doing the other one that the buckle needs to be adjusted down a little bit. So we're gonna adjust this down basically to where the other side is. Okay, so that's taking up some slack. Okay, so now we're gonna take up some of the slack, and we're gonna want this to have a bit of spring to it. So we wanna adjust this. There we go, that's gonna allow enough tension. Okay, so there's the shape that we need to hook underneath the RV. So get that. All right, so that's tight. And now we can pull down on this adjustment strap. And that's going to give us some tension on the bungee, but not completely stretching it out. There's still a little bit of movement on that. And then with this strap being a little long, we'll probably just tie it up like so, just so it doesn't hang on the ground. All right guys, that's it for today's video. Another shout out to DIKASUN for sending us this cover and being today's sponsor. If you guys have any questions, please leave a comment below and I'll be sure to cover anything that you guys have. I'll also leave a link in the description below so you can find out where you can purchase this exact cover for yourself. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.